Sophie, I love the way that you, when I said, we're going to film, and you said, what are we going to talk about? And I go, I don't know, we're just going to wing it.
Sounds good to me.
So here we are, but let's do it officially. Stay there, we're just going to show your lovely stand. Catch this lady as she goes. So Eurofins, tell us all about Eurofins, please.
So, well, Eurofins, basically we're a laboratory. Eurofins Scientific, there's 50,000 people that work for us. So
50,000?
Yeah, I didn't know that before I started working for them, but yeah, involved in all sorts of testing, such as pharmaceuticals or environmental, and all sorts of different industries, but we're here focused on UK agriculture.
Okay, so I already know a lot about you and Eurofins,
yeah.
But just for those on a UK and international basis, if you are a farmer or grower, let's just concentrate initially in the UK, how would you deploy, how would you use Eurofins, how would you use your services?
Yeah, so I mean, we obviously speak to farmers directly, but we also speak to agronomy companies, nutritionists, any type of advisors, and all different types of companies that might be developing a product that we can support with. But if a farmer wanted to reach out, they could certainly just contact us directly or speak to me, and we can guide them as to how we can help.
But the normal relationships would be that a farmer would have a conversation with his agronomy group, and the agronomy group would have a conversation with you. Is that okay?
Likely, yeah.
Okay, and the sort of testing, what's the basic offering that the farmer or the agronomy group would get from yourself?
Sure. Well, we basically can test any type of substance commonly used in agriculture. So soil, plants, forage, feed, slurry, manure, digestate, you name it.
Yeah.
From the most basic, if we take soil as an example, the most basic routine test, all the way up to the holistic test looking at your biological, chemical and physical properties within it.
So that lovely line, information is power, especially where we are today at Groundswell. All this talk about regenerative agriculture, sustainability, carbon neutrality, but you don't know if it works unless you measure it.
Absolutely.
Okay, so that's where you come in, and hence why you're here, and hence why you're looking to create those collaborations with either your existing contacts or future contacts, because we need that data.
Yeah, and particularly around soil life, everyone's talking about it, but what does it actually mean? And we're using methods using phospholipid fatty acid analysis, which basically means you're not looking at a petri dish and counting. We can actually identify what the living organisms are. Yeah. So it just means that you can routinely measure soil life much more easily, really. And
it's not trying to pose you a negative question. Data.
Yeah.
When we met up with Cereals, I think you'd been speaking just after a data company, and they were saying that one of the issues that they've got over and above data security is that the farmer, the agronomy group, is getting so much data, and how can that be assimilated? Do you think with the likes of yourself and Eurofins and these collaborations that you're creating, I know we're at the start of this regen journey, but do you think there will be some form of one-stop shop? There'll be one app, there'll be one platform that we can all use, or is it a bit like all of our social media at the moment? We've all got all these plethora of different, and we just have to live with that. Is there an answer? We've just got to be flexible around it.
I don't think, and actually, is it healthy? Because you do need an element of competition in the market.
Okay.
So I don't necessarily think you'll have one route. I mean, in terms of what we do, we like to think ourselves as a one-stop shop because you can test anything with us. But in terms of being one app or something, I can't see it, no, because it's a noisy environment and people want to be in it, which is exciting, but I can see the challenge on both sides.
Okay, and then there's the attraction to Groundswell. We spoke earlier with a couple of people that we interviewed that I know some wizard old farm consultants who are embarrassed to say that they're coming to Groundswell because it's the future. They can see it's going to be, and with our recruitment hat on, we're now starting to advertise headhunts for farm managers specifically who've got a sustainable regen, low carbon thought process, because that the Mr. Farmer and Mrs. Farmer wants to specifically go to it. So we seem to be going through this societal change in farming. Hence Groundswell. Hence you're here. Do you think it's going to last? Is this evolution, or is this a revolution? Where's it
I hope so, because if you look at the basics of what regen means, it's certainly leaning towards a better future. I think the only thing we just have to be mindful of the risk of using this language flippantly and actually not looking at what it truly means. So I hope so.
Okay, and do you think people partnering with yourself in Eurofins and using all of the regen philosophy and practices, can it work commercially?
Yes. Yes.
Can it financially work?
For everyone, absolutely. Because if you think about it, people are wanting to move down this path to ultimately, of course, be more sustainable, but that comes from a financial perspective too.
Yeah.
So yeah, absolutely. I think it could be
Okay, so the future's bright. We've all got to wear shades.
yeah, certainly that's why mine are on now.
and how do we find out about Eurofins? Where do we go?
How do we find out about Eurofins? You can search us on the web, Eurofins Agro. I think it's Eurofins-Agro.
Okay.
And my name's Sophie Cath. You can certainly reach out to me as well.
Excellent. And everyone, I don't know what Sophie's doing here today. It's her birthday. So she should really be having a duvet day, as they say in
I should be, but no, it's not a bad place for you. I can't complain.
Sophie, well done. Thank you.
Thanks.